tall and was dominating his opponents. Averaging 30 points and 20 rebounds a game, he was also attracting his share of college recruiters. But there was little doubt as to which school Larry would choose. He would accept a scholarship to attend Indiana University. And so, in the fall of 1974, the pride and joy of French Lick and Springs Valley High School carried the hopes and expectations of his community with him, north to Bloomington, where he was to live every Indiana schoolboy's dream and play for the home state Hoosiers. The next 2 years would be the best of times for the Indiana basketball team, as they would lose only one game and capture a national championship. However, they would do it without Larry Bird. He had dropped out after 24 days and hitchhiked home to French Lick.
I think that the size of the school and not really having, that many friends there and not having a lot or come from a lot, I think he just got a little discouraged and a little depressed and bailed out without really consulting anyone.
I think he probably felt scared that he disappointed maybe his family, maybe the community.
My mom took it pretty tough, and she wasn't too happy for a long period of time, but it was a decision I made and something I had to live with, and I thought about it before I did it, and it's just, I would like to stay there, but it just wasn't for me.
Now back in familiar surroundings, Bird was soon drawing a steady paycheck, working for the streets department.
Some days we picked up trash once a week. The next days we might be cleaning the streets. And the guys I was working with were great guys. I knew them all my life, and I'm still grateful that they gave me the job.
Bird had returned to an environment and a routine that suited him. But if he'd found comfort in returning home, it would be short-lived. On February 3rd, 1975, Larry's father, Joe Bird, committed suicide.
I think that Larry learned a lot off his father. I think that cared for him deeply. I know he really loved his father a lot.
There's nothing you can do about something like that. I mean, he chose the way he wanted to die, and he did it, and it's just unfortunately that some people have problems like that, but I wish he was here, but he's not. So I had to go on with my life and try to make the most of my life, just like the rest of my family has, and that's the way we dealt with it.
But the Bird family would not be left to quietly tend to their affairs, as the following months would again see hordes of recruiters descend upon French Lick. Among them was Bill Hodges, the assistant coach of the Indiana State Sycamores, who showed up at the Bird household uninvited, but undaunted.
His mother ran me off the first time I knocked on the door. She said that Larry had seen all the coaches that he wanted to see and he wasn't going back to school, and she just wished people would quit bothering him.
I've already been through 50 or 60 recruiters, and I've heard all the BS that they throw, so Coach Hodges was so persistent. He always tried to get to the family. When one member of the family tell him get lost, he'd go to the next member. But I told him, I said, I'll let you know if I want to go to Indiana State, I'll call you. And I got tired of seeing the guy, and finally we sat down and talked about it, and I just decided on Indiana State.
He had a friend named Kevin Carnes that Larry was telling me how Kevin would have been a great player if he'd have gone to college, and he hadn't gone, and he was married, and he was really good. And I said, well, if you don't go to college, they're going to be saying that about you someday, that you would have been great if.
1 year after leaving Indiana University, Bird was giving college a second chance. There would be no what-ifs. He was off to Terre Haute. And this time, there was no turning back.